Hello, I'm Sophie D'Souza and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me and coming back if you've joined me before, and if you're new, welcome, and please check out my videos. There should be something that you might find interesting, so many of them. Today I'm going to do a video about working with Frit. I have a window planned and it's going to be honeycomb and bees. So I'm going to use the Frit to represent the nectar, the honey. And one of the important principles of working with Frit is to do your experiments and record what you're doing and see the results you get, because they're sometimes surprising, and you will make a better window if you do that. So I hope you find it useful. So I'm just going to write powder, and then I'm going to write fine. And I will probably cut this up actually, and I'll show you why. Where's my powder? So this is Bullseye Glass Frit Marigold Yellow Powder, transparent, and I like to apply it with a shaker. Now I'm going to put it on quite thick in the middle. So this glass is Bullseye glass, and that means it's compatible with Bullseye Frit. You can only use compatible Frit and let's just powder. Compatible Frit and glass when you're firing things. Now what you do, ooh, bit of glass there, is, so you always do it on a piece of paper so that you can put the excess back in the tubs. So now we're going to do fine. Let's see. See, this granular stuff might look nicer. Let's do it really thick in the middle. Okay, so that is fine. And again, we will put this back in. Now let's do, what have we got? Gold, yellow. So the one we just used was marigold. I'm just going to write an M for marigold. This one is just yellow, not marigold. Yellow, just yellow. Okay, so this is yellow and it's fine. So we'll give this a go. We are. So we have now got marigold yellow medium. Medium. And of course, I might decide to use a whole mix of these. And actually what I'm going to do on the same one is I'm going to put some coarse, because that's going to be obvious what that is. So I'll put some coarse over here. I'll put some coarse over here. Okay. Right. I'm now going to pop these in the kiln, and I think, oh look, I messed that one up. I've clearly dipped my sleeve in that, which is slightly an occupational hazard of working with this stuff. But they're only samples, so I won't worry too much about that. And I will now pop them in the kiln, and I'm going to do a tack fuse initially, and see how they look. I've got a bit more room in the kiln, so I'm going to do another couple. This is amber fine. And this is light amber in a medium coarseness. Here we are the next day. Let's have a little look. Right, so I'm going to start by looking at this one, which is the, oh, the things have come off, the writing has come off. So that is the coarse at the outside edges, and I think it's the medium in the middle. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Right. Of course I don't know what any of these are because the writing came off, but I will look back at my film and I'll be able to tell. I think though, oh, that's quite nice actually. A sort of lumpy liquid. That must be the powder. That's quite nectary. Yeah, quite like that. That's a bit nothingy. Right. I actually think I don't want to try a full fuse because I'm pretty happy with this, with the texture on it. Or maybe I should. Maybe I should try a full fuse. Okay, I will. So I have done another 3, which I'm going to do a full fuse on. And we'll come back tomorrow and see what we think of those. So let's have a look at day 2 of full fuse. Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? I like that. So this glass that I'm using, wow, I really like that, was already, I'd made it by sprinkling powdered Frit on it and cooking it, and the coarse yellow that I've put on this piece has ended up with these lovely little outlines of the orange. Oh, I like that. Yes, I do like that. Isn't it funny? You've got to do these experiments because and that's it on yellow glass. It's more subtle. It's hard to show you this one. I can see it in real life. There, maybe you can see that now. Let's look at the last one. and that's probably so subtle as to be pointless. What I'm going to do is bring them home and stick them up, oh look, there's my dog, on the windowsill at home where this window is going to go, so that I can see the effect as you would see it if it was made. So yeah, very interesting, I like that. On the strength of the results I just got, I'm going to do some more firing. And this time, instead of using yellow frit, I'm using amber and clear. And the clear is what they call extra coarse. And they're almost like pieces rather than sort of grinds. And I'm doing one with the yellow, the red and the orange. So we'll see what that looks like tomorrow. Let's have a look at today's samples. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. So that's really nice. So when I put them onto the reddy orange background, obviously clear is completely adequate and quite nice. And again, clear works okay on the orange. I think it'd be nice to use a mix of yellow and clear actually. This is the amber side where my fingers are. What else have we got? So when it's a very pale sheet, the amber shows as amber, but the clear doesn't show as anything really. Very interesting. Ooh, very good, very, very good experiments. So this is the place where I'm going to be making the window of the honeybees, and here are my samples on the ledge, just waiting to fall onto the heads of anyone coming into the house. Ha ha, booby trapped. What I have realised is that when I do a tack fuse, it disrupts the light coming through, which you can see with this one in the centre shot. It actually looks quite nice in real life, if you know what I mean. No, not real life. If you hold it in your hand. But when you have it against the window, it's blocking the light. So that is something I have noticed before. If you do a tack fuse in a window, you end up really blocking the light, which is another reason, in addition to the fact that I like the results of the full fuse, for using the full fuse. Oh, very organic. I do like them. So I'm quite excited about that. And the slightly annoying thing is that I've just got really busy, so I may not be able to make this window for a little while, but I've done my experiments. I've got it all recorded. So take lots of photos or make a film as you work, or write things down, whatever suits you. So I hope you found this video about the process involved in working with Frit, which is all experiment based, basically. And I'll put the firing schedule link below. And yeah, they're lots of fun, and they're a much more immediate way of working than leaded glass. So yeah, enjoy. Thank you for watching.